Greetings everyone and welcome to YAL 5 of YAL 2022 Season 1, and for Round 1 Game 1 we have Synchro Heroes vs Dinos. So this build of heroes is mostly focused on the Synchro variant with Isolde and the equip spells, going for Hulky Fabrax and the tuners, as you'll see in this combo. They start off with a normal summon Vion to send Shadow Mist to then add Stratos from deck to hand. Use the effect of Fleet Lady to spell summon herself and then summon a Stratos from hand, which procs the effect to add a Malicious. Vion's secondary effect will be banish Shadow Mist to add Polymerization. And now, back during the old days, just like in the old days, Isolde being Link Summon to add draw hand, and sending a Phoenix Blade from deck to summon Grappling Blood. Link summoning into Hulky Fabrax to then go into Plague Spreader Zombie. And now they'll be activating Polymerization to go into Dystopia, banishing Malicious to activate Spec to summon another copy. And now they'll be going for a Synchro Summon into Burlow's Savage Dragon, equipping the Isolde from Graveyard. Use the effect of Phoenix Blade to add it back to hand, and use the effect of Plague Spreader Zombie, most likely putting the Phoenix Blade back to top of deck. And now during the summon phase, you'll be summoning Draw Hand, and they will chain Mass Change on it, but not use the effect of Draw Hand for both players to draw a card. And now they're using the effect of Hulky Fabrax to cancel the Synchro Summon to go into Shooting Riser to then send Faris from deck to hand, from the grave, sorry, to then go into the big boss monster of the deck, which is Hot Red Calamity, Dragonosh Fiend, or something like that, yeah. But basically it's just a kind of how EFT was back in the days of when it was legal. So your opponent literally cannot do anything. Not activate any calls, no activate any calls or effects in response to this call's activation. So they are just left with set a few calls and pass turn, but it's not enough against a hero order with the synchros. And now for game 2 we have Dinos going first, terraforming into Mystic Mine, which is maybe foreshadowing a turn 3. They'll be setting 2 cards and a monster. They're really bricked. They have to pass turn, maybe they have 2 cards in hand, do something, no more summoning Shadow Mist. They will negate this summon, which procs the effect of Shadow Mist to add the hero monster from deck to hand, except herself, adding Vision Hero Vion. They will then think a lot about it, set a card and pass turn, okay. Yeah, negating the normal summon of this deck kind of hurts a lot unless you have an extended left Photon Splasher or Hero Leaves. And they flip summon a Pitch Pteranodon, attacking for some damage. And now the hero player will be normal summoning Vion to then use the effect to send Shadow Mist to add Destiny Hero Denier. Use the effect of Vion's second, the Polymerization effect to add Firefly Lady being summoned, and they will going for Isolde, which gets Judgment, second Judgment, and he has Raigeki, which procs the effect of Pucci to summon a Dino from deck. And we're really thinking a lot about it. Maybe a Paratos will be the best summon. And it seems like they want to go into Overraptor to add a Missasaurus from deck to hand, just as a little bit of protection during the main phase. Activating Polymerization to go into Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. And they'll be using the effect of Malicious to summon another copy, and here's Nibiru trying to clear the entire field including DP, but they yet have to chain DP. As I stated, well, I was right next to the other hero player, and they'll be talking about what they can activate in response to Nibiru, which they do decide to chain DP to pop some cards on the field, including itself, and DP will be summoning back himself during the next summon phase. Yes, Nibiru summoning the token. And seems like they're going for Denier to put back the Mali from Banish to top of deck. Then going to Verte Anaconda. Yes, it was legal at the time, so this deck really rocks. They will send Fusion Destiny to go into Dystopia, burning for some damage, and Rageki to clear the board and attack for game. And now for game 1 of the round 2, yeah, it was round 2, we have Skywalker versus Blue Eyes. Now Skywalker will be starting off with a Ray to go into Shizuku, and set a card during the phase if adding Engage from deck to hand. Blue Eyes will be starting with Bingo Washingo, revealing 3 cards, which is Ultimate Fusion, I think it was True Light, but there's too much light on the card so I can't really see much. Hehe, befitting. Randomly selecting 1 to add to hand, and shuffling back the others. Now he has Sage with as of blue, adding the Stone of Legends, I think it was, not Enchant, well, the one that adds the Vanilla Blue Eyes to the hand as a mandatory effect. Now they will be summoning Blue Eyes Alternative, which prompts the activation of Eagle Booster on the Shizuku, but it doesn't stop it from being destroyed by battle if there are no more than 3 spells, 3 spells or more. And he has Blue Eyes Jet Dragon after the synchro summoning of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Blue Eyes Jet will be summoning itself when a card on the field is destroyed, and we have a Blue Eyes Increase, so it triggers to summon itself. Now all of the cards of the other cards cannot be destroyed by card effects. So they just have, with Skywalker we have to go into Widow Anchor, but instead they like to go into Afterburner with Engage, and here's a Mystic Mine. No more summoning Ray to go into Kakari, and he has Skill Drain on the summon of Kakari. And seems like a pass turn. He has Fusion Deployment being activated to summon the Vanilla Blue Eyes. And doesn't seem like they can do much in the face of Mystic Mine. Or maybe they do. Who knows? They pass turn. Okay. And now Skywalker will have to think really a lot about it, because none of the Blue Eyes cards can be destroyed by card effects except Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. And the Skill Drain, which stops Hayate completely. He is Afterburner, targeting the Blue Eyes Jet. Have to... Oh, it seems like... Wait, I think it was other spell trap cards and not the monsters. Seems like it can be destroyed by card effects. Either way, here's Zeke, and it prompts an impermanence. Now, after getting rid of Skill Drain, they can use the Kakari to add back the Engage to then activate Engage and add a Widow Anchor and draw a card because of too many spells in grave. They will then seems like they have to go into Widow Anchor, targeting Blue Eyes Jet to then link summon into a Verte Anaconda, activating Area 0 to remove the Mystic Mine, and then use the effect of Verte Anaconda to send Last Fusion to go to Dragoon. But first, Blue Eyes will be going for True Light to summon the Blue Eyes Rock Wave. Reason being, if they do elect to activate it in the face of Dragoon, they can just negate it, destroy, and gain a 1000 attack, which is not really lethal damage, but still 4k is quite a lot against Blue Eyes. And they do so well with 500 life points. But can they do anything? Here's True Light summoning back the Blue Eyes and attacking over Verte Anaconda to then win the game by quite the 500 life points they had left. Really a tough match. Oh, a tough game rather. And he has Imperm on the Shizuku during the end phase. Seems like they use... Oh wait, the Blue Eyes play a pass turn of the Skywalker going first. And he has Hayate to add Engage back or something like that. Either way, Melody of Awakening adding Vanilla Blue Eyes, and now they will be summoning Alternative to then go into Blue Eyes Jet after destroying the Shizuku by battle. Maybe they were thinking about the Ray effect. It seems like one was negated. And here's a Widow Anchor on the Verte Anaconda. They were using Engage on during her turn to add Jamming Waves. activate jamming waves to target the set card, which is Cosmic Cyclone. They do decide to activate it to stop any spells being accumulated in the graveyard. And maybe activate the Mystic Mine to then go into Dragoon quite deeply. Resetting a card and battling over Reverted Anaconda. And he has Blue Eyes Jet, but Dragoon can just negate it and go for game. Oh, destroy it rather. Destroy it by card effect and destroy it. On destruction, it inflicts effect damage equal to the original attack, yeah. It was not the correct attack, I think. It's been so long since I've seen Dragoon anyway. So he has an Ash Blossom on the Melody. He'll be going for Ultimate Fusion. But he has Curse Seal, negating it. And no more Ultimate Fusion during this duel. He has Jamming Waves and a Meta destroying the Fist of the Unravel 10E, which triggers on destruction to summon the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon from extra deck. But Metaverse with Mystic Mine, and he has Cosmic to banish it. Fusion deployment to summon the Vanilla Blue Eyes, attacking for a huge chunk of damage, but not just enough. Skyshocker will be going for another Mystic Mine, and a few turns pass. A few turns later, he has a Cosmic Cyclone, banishing the Mystic Mine and attacking for the game. Wow, even the goes unmatched. Yeah, Blue Eyes was really... yeah, I'm surprised Blue Eyes really did so much against Skyshockers. And now we have Brother Despair versus Flunderies. They're going for Patchwork and going for Button Fusion to send Tragedy and Albaz to go into Rebellion, triggering the effect of both Tragedy and Rebellion. Discarding Commentate. And now we'll be adding Ad Libitum, and Rebellion will be resolving its effect to go into presumably Miragid. Yep. Then you activate Polymerization to go into Masquerade by sending Ad Libitum and Egypt Sabers. Ad Libitum will be targeting Dramaturge to summon from grave after being used as fusion material. But it seems like you're thinking about what to activate. Oh yeah, yeah, use my hand trying to figure out what happened. But it's been a few months, I think, since Child 5 and the day of record, not the day of recording, the day of voiceovers and the day of uploading. So I forgot what they were talking about. Either way, he has a Crew on the Dramaturge. Evenly matched after the set 2 cards. After the opponent set 2 cards, rather. They're going for Miragid, sending the Albion and the triggering button in red to add back Tragedy to then fuse into something. Oh, nothing. Maybe say then you can fusion someone. They do like to keep the Masquerade so that their life forms do go even lower after activating Pot of Prosperity. No more summon Robina to then no more summon Eaglen. Adding Ampen to then trigger Ampen and one of the little birds, which is Robina. Gotta take care of the life forms. Watch out for the Masquerade. Because after just a few activations of the Flounderies, and it's just enough to burn them and not being able to activate anything. Because they have to pay 600 life points for each card and effect activation. Stri will be banishing Albion to stop it from triggering during that phase, and he has Patchwork to add Polymerization and Egypt Sabers. Or Egypt. Right. One of the Unchips. And he has Quaritis. Use the effect of Tragedy, maybe? Or he has Dreaming Town to then no more summon Robina. To then add the Barrier Statue of Stormwinds. Tribute summoning for Miss Valley of Apex Avian. The big chicken. Now they can negate some. Oh wait, here's Roaming Town on trigger summoning a level 6 Ohayo wind monster, I think it was. They get to Book of Eclipse the opponent's field. So no more Masquerade just yet. But the fusion to go into Albion to then use the effect of Albion to go to merge it and banishing the Empen to then attack for game with the Aluber, the Duber, Boober or something. The gist of the spear, yeah. And yes, Gamma in game 2 on the Dim Shifter. And they do show that they have the map. Yes, Lancia to stop the map from resolving, but they will chain the Advanta to banish Ryza, which gets ashed. Quite a lot of handcrafts. 3 handcrafts during the front of this player's turn, and they can't do anything about it. Yes, 300 Destiny sending Celestial and Dasher to go into destroy the Phoenix Enforcer, destroying the map, and a second Lancia during the opponent's turn, prompting a pause turn. Now during the Branded Displayer's turn, they'll have to set 2 cards to trigger the effect of Celestial and Dasher, or rather than just normal summon Tragedy, or summon Tragedy by using the effect of Dasher. And now use the effect of Celestial to draw 2 cards. They decide to... what? They use the effect of DP to pop the Tragedy to then activate the effect to add an Albaz. And here's Imperm, unfortunately. And either way, on the normal summon of Robina, they do go into Masquerade, paying more life points, and here's DP to pop the Empen, sorry, the England. But they do reveal that has 3 in hand to go into Empen either way. Use the effect of Empen to a Dreaming Town. And this 3 did banish the DP, so no more DP for you. But they do top deck, or they did have the Fallen Albaz to go into a fusion summon by discarding any card. And here's Dreaming Town to go into Robina. But first, they have to go into their fusion master, which is Titanic Light. Surprisingly, it is a good fusion target for the Albaz into using the Empen. But they have the Robina to watch out for, adding Barrage of Stormwinds to normal summon England to then go into Apex Avian and use the effect of Dreaming Town in Grave, banishing it to flip everything face down on the opponent's field. Every monsters. And here triple tactics, which prompts the negate from the Apex Avian. And they do pass turn with Foundries going into Street, Robina into Token, then going to Empen without any care in the world because Masquerade is done on the field face up, adding Unexplored Winds to hand and a normal summon Eaglen. Going for Advent to add the map so that they have a second normal summon after activating the Unexplored Winds. And since there's no extra deck monsters on the field, Masquerade cannot return back to grave from grave to field. Oh wait, sorry, it was a Masquerade, it was Titanic Clad. Whoops, never mind. They do trigger the Titanic Clad too, maybe? They do have it out. They add Albaz. And now he has pilot opening. Maybe there's a response? No response. They'll be sending ad libitum, not for cost, but as resolution of effect, to spell summon the Dramaturge. Now they do have to summon their spell summon the monsters in defense to be able to get the effect, but the normal summons can go into attack because Empen doesn't stop the activation of normal summon monsters. However, he has the Barrage of Stormwinds preventing any more fusion summons. And now they they exit summon into Nightingale, or maybe not. Well, they can because they're not locked into spell summoning just yet. There's Dramaturge reborning. Oh wait, that was Masquerade being reborn after Fairy Seed was summoned. Oh, never mind. He has to take number 3. Maybe they realized the effect of Dramaturge a bit too late. And he has Nightingale. They attack directly for some damage or something. Well, nobody can summon anything except with summon anything except with masters, so sorry, what? Why with it? Maybe I'm missing something, but Zeus was summoned on the Bell Statue of Stormwinds. Maybe it was negated. Dramatage maybe. And he has Duster, clearing every spell trap card on the opponent's side of the field. Switching Dramatage to attack, prompting the effect of Zeus to send everything else to grave. And now with a clear board, they can just normal summon any Flunder to go into probably Empan and another small bird to go for lethal damage. With him up, that does help. But they have to first go against the Masquerade. And Brother Opening only stops the Fusion Master from destroyed by Battle Call Effect or something, but not being sent to grave. Well, by Call Effect, I think. But not being sent to grave by Zeus, either way, it is going to be destroyed by battle. And now they'll be using the effect of Map maybe to go into Robina. Use the effect of Robina, but it was banished to add his cell back to hand, and Nova summon Eaglin, attacking for some damage, and it pumps a scoop from the Battle Despair player because they have used most of their resources, making the Flunder player win in this game. And now for round 4, round 5 I think it was, we have Speedways, a really rare deck that we see in Adilsons, but a Subterra, being played by one of our nationals winners. And here Subterra Guru being flipped face up with the Lord of Heavenly Prisons, and there can be only one. That's Fusion being activated to go into Dragoon. Use the effect to pop Dead and Daiko Don Daiko Duke or something. Yeah, this Speedroid that I think Reborn something. I have to remember the names. Anyway, he has a scoop from the Speedroid player going to game 2. There will be no more summoning one of these Speedroid cards, which is, let me see its name, it is Ultra Hound, which gets impermed. And here's Roulette sending Mobile Machine, rolling a 6 to then be able to summon 2 Speedroid monsters with a total of level 6, summoning Daiko Duke and Counterbow to then go into Relevant Shooter, which sends or banishes the Chambara from the select to reveal 2 Speedroid cards and randomly picking one of them. They do send the Red-Eye Dice and probably one of the best normal summons in Speedroids, which is Double Yo-Yo, reborning Red-Eye Dice to then modulate a level from the Red-Eye Dice to go into Coke Blaster, sorry, or Shooter, right? I'm exposing the OCG names and TCG names in front of me. Thank you, Idio Pro. Oh, Ido Pro. Still no idea how it is pronounced, but yeah. They'll go into something. They did go into Clearing Fast Dragon to then Synchro Summon into Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, which negates or upon activating a monster effect, it is unaffected by card effects of the opponent until the end phase, and it gets attack equal to the original attack that was activated from the precedent monster. They'll go into Hagoita to then Synchro Summon into Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which is another negate, but unfortunately he has swiftly sending the Revan Shooter and the Crystal Clear Wing to go into Dragon of the Swamp, and here's Hidden City. Such an amazing board being cleared by just one super polymerization. We'll be adding Fiendus from Hidden City, which contests the Crystal Wing in case they do activate a monster effect, which is most likely going to be the Subterra Guru after setting it face down and using the effect of Hidden City, or not. We just elect to set 2 cards and pass turn. Maybe they're keeping the Fiendus for something else, because Fiendus doesn't destroy, it just negates. Now the Speedway player will be summoning back something from grave, banishing Daiko Duke to then reborn the Gold Shooter, summoning back Hagoi something from grave to go into Kite Rig, but his summon gets negated by Slam Strike. Now they do get to trigger to add a Speedway card, but not sure what it does against Hidden City, which negates the attack of Crystal Wing, and he has Terraforming to add another Hidden City to then activate the second copy to add a Subterra monster from deck to hand, which gets ashed. Maybe they're trying to negate it with Death Zone, maybe not. Yes, Crystal Wing negating the Subterra Guru, no more summon Subterra Archer to then go into Dragoon from Anaconda. And well, I think the Crystal Wing still can be destroyed by card effects. It was summoned by the Red Wishers. No Wishers. Anyway, he has Dragoon popping the Crystal Wing and attacking for a game rather. Now we have final round with Thunderis versus Brother Eldritch. Both I think had 4 wins. Going for Pot of Prosperity, banishing 6 cards, and they'll be adding Terraforming to hand. Activate the effect of Terraforming to add the map, obviously. Use the effect of map to add Robina to then add the Burst of Stormwinds to the normal 7 Eaglan, then Tribute Summon 4 Ampen, adding the Unexplored Winds from deck to hand, and normal summoning Burst of Stormwinds, activating Unexplored Winds and pass turn. He has Cursed Land, adding Unleash the Golden Lord, which prompts the Dreaming Town. Normal summoning Robina to then add Diddy Crow to normal summon Eaglan, adding Apex Avian, and then they'll be tributing both the Cursed Land and the Eaglan to go into Apex Avian. He has Cursed Land, which gets triggered by being sent to grave to send a Hawk. Okay, it was Conquistador, and he has Golden Lord, trying to send one of the cards. But it's a scoop from the Eldritch player because there's so much interruption and so much resource loop from the Thunderis player. He has Extravagance, which gets met by a Dimension Shifter instead of an Ash. And he has Necroil Banshee, setting 2 cards and pass turn. And Necroil Banshee can contest against the Thunderis player with Zombie World, stopping any of the Wing Beasts from being treated as Wing Beasts, and stopping any tribute summons except for zombie monsters. Duality of the Prosperity, or the Humanity, they will go into, I think it was Philister or Lannister? Yes, evenly matched, which most likely prompts the banishing of the 2 set cards because Zombie World is just too good against Thunderis. Now they'll be activating Map to the, which then triggers the prompts the Necroil Banshee to then activate Zombie World because Lightning Storm cannot be activated when they are first up cards on the controller side of the field. Here's Eaglan to then add Dampen to then normal summon Robina, activate the effect. They can add all of their Thunder cards as much as they want, but they still cannot tribute summon because of Zombie World. Zombie World stops the Thunderis player a lot, yeah, as I keep on repeating. And here's Extravagance being activated to draw 2 cards. And here we have Fallen Halbaz battling over Robina and pass turn. Seems like they are activating the effect of Map. It doesn't have any cost, I think the revealing is part of the effect. So he has Lancia. So they just use their normal summon to go into Street, to go into Nightingale, but he has Flame Judgment, negating the Nightingale, which was going to be used as Zeus material. He has Eldritch Golden Lord, sending Dreamy Town, and then use the effect of Wakaro during the end phase, banishing itself to set a Scarlet Sanguine. And now we have an advanced banishing Ampen to then add a Thunderis card, I think, or Thunderis monster. They'll be adding token. Use the effect of map to banish an explode wind. To then add both an explode wind by token and also adding Robina by its own effect. Oh, not necessarily. They added Empen instead of an explode winds. Quite something. And here's Robina being Nova 7. Adding Eaglan. Now they have to think really hard about it because of Zombie World. Now make it a challenge for Zombie World being said. Because it's just too good, yeah. And now we have Golden Lord being summoned both from Scholar Green and from another copy of itself in Grave. And going for huge shock of damage from the scoop from the front of this player. But now they do go first in game 3 with the map and the Rubina. What else more do you want except cross out designator? Now Rubina will be Nova 7 and yes, Tokan and Shanic 2 being returned to hand. And yes, Iglan. And now we have Empan on field. They will chain Advent on banishing the Empan. Quite fascinating. Adding Dreamy Town to then use the effect of Token to add straight to Nova 7 Empan again, which is not a boss pattern, to add an explode wins this time. And the Nova 7 Barrel Statue of Storm wins. Yes, an explode wins, setting a card and pass turn. Now what will we do against Barrel Statue of Storm wins and Empan? Maybe they have Tester? Maybe have something else even better? Yeah, Dreaming Town during end of main phase, maybe? Maybe it's evenly matched? Yes, Apex Avian to try and negate the evenly match that is potentially in the opponent's hand. Which was in the opponent's hand and it gets negated by Apex Avian, setting 3 cards and pass turn. During the opponent's draw phase, you're going to skill drain, but an explode wind is present to stop the skill drain from staying on the field. And that prompts a scoop from the Eldritch player because of too much resource loop from the Empen being summoned twice during the same turn and triggering this effect. So yeah, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you for the next YAL 6 of YAL 2022 Season 1. Give a passion, see you next time.